sequel wasn't as good.
Let's get this out the way. Let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about this video, and if you liked it, a sub would be appreciated. And let's begin. Well, The Last of Us was not exempt from the sequel curse. What is the sequel curse? The sequel curse is when you have a medium of critical acclaim, first in this class, and you are tasked with making a sequel to exceed something of that nature, whether it be an album, a music album, a movie, a video game, etc. A lot of different things can happen to a creator when you make something, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people are passionate about it. A lot of the times when something is a first of its kind, you know, because this is probably the most cinematic game that we've ever had, The Last of Us. I mean, we have Metal Gear Solid, but it was very gamey. There's a lot of things that happened with The Last of Us that was, you know, pretty fucking cinematic. And groundbreaking when it comes to, you know, the feels and the pacing and things like that. It was basically Naughty Dog's height. And then now you're taxed with a sequel. So they had 7 years to make the sequel, and a lot of different things have happened within Naughty Dog. Leadership changes, a lot of drama within. But then you get this one particular issue. I mean, it's happened with Outkast. It's happened with really anything. I do a little bit of music, and if you make something really good, you don't ever want to follow it up by, you know, trying to make it the sequel, but better. You want to try to do something different. At least that's what the whole goal is. But you don't want to alienate the original people that liked it. The thing is when you make something, and a lot of people are passionate about it, and a lot of people almost worship you, you know, it's like, oh fuck, I feel like I have an obligation to take care of. You know what I mean? Now I got the podium, so to speak, and I need to, you know, with all this power comes great responsibility. And I believe that's exactly what happened with this game. There are a lot of people pissed off, and I think this is what I wanted to actually, you know, kind of tackle. People are actually pissed off not because their favorite characters or character dies or anything of that nature or whatever goes in, because we all knew that was coming anyway, whatever sadness was going to happen. But Naughty Dog seems to, you know, really try to, you know, tackle your feelings and shit like that. Whether it's killing dogs or, you know what I mean, a little girl dying and things of that nature to really kind of bait you into, you know, feeling something, invoke some sort of feeling. The problem is, you know, and I'll make a review for this game. It's just flat out not written well. It's not a well-written game. It isn't. Whether you want to, you know, look at it or not, there's a lot of, you know, politics within this game that, you know, Neil Druckmann felt like he had to tackle because he had the podium. The game was very successful. It's going to do the numbers. But here's the thing. Will Naughty Dog learn from, you know, this power trip that they have? This Neil Druckmann, will he learn from the power trip that he has, you know, that he had? Because, you know, a lot of things happen when The Last of Us happened. The same thing with Uncharted and whatnot. I mean, it's just sad when you have these particular situations and the medium gets destroyed because you power trip. And again, I won't go into details about it because I'm going to save that for the review. But this was clearly some sort of power trip thing where he felt like, I'm in control and I want to make a statement. You should never let statements get into the way of a medium that you're creating. The reason why The Last of Us, the first one, was so good was because it was a passion product. He thought of an idea. He executed that idea. Now that he have executed the idea already, now it's like, okay, a lot of people love me for this fucking game. And what I'm going to do, I feel like the world needs to change, and I'm going to change it. You don't try to change people's mind. It never fucking works out. Just to let you know, if Neil Druckmann ever sees this video, which he won't ever, I'm pretty sure, you don't change people's minds. Point blank, period. Next subject. And it brings me to this. there were complaints about The Last of Us, and it doesn't have any gameplay beats, and it's mostly cutscenes. The same thing actually happens with David Cage's games, which this podcast on Saturday, take a break. It's gonna be real spicy. I can't wait for you guys to see that shit. Oh boy, man, I'm pretty sure the title's gonna be enough to piss people off, but you have to do it. You gotta have the spice. Either way, they say that these kind of games blur the lines of what a game is exactly, and a game is a lot for a lot of different people. Why do you play games? Why do we play games? What are we trying to get out of it? Escapism? Is it some sort of message? The thing about it is you gotta look at an audio-visual medium that you can control. It's essentially what a game is. You control the audio and the visuals of it. It's with that control that a video game can do things that a movie cannot do. You can make choices and things of that nature. So by default, stuff like Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain, they are considered games because you're interacting with it. But that doesn't tackle why do we play games. Essentially, you live in an idea. You jump into someone's idea. You want to experience something else, whether it be fantasy or hyper realism. You want to escape from your reality. To me, is why I see that you play games. That's what I see. You know what I mean? Does politics ruin games? I think it does, because even though it fits those criterias, it's like you're not making me escape from my reality. Point in case, Neil Druckmann felt like he needed to make a statement of misogyny. There's too much misogyny. Stop objectifying women. I want to make a game where you don't have to be pretty. You don't have to have a lipstick. You know what I mean? You don't have to be really our figure. I want to push the boundaries of what a woman should look like and stuff like that. I play games to escape my reality, and I feel like when you have my reality seep into my video games, you kind of break that immersion. I think that's what the problem is with a lot of people. You're fucking up people's high. That's what you're doing, Neil. Stop fucking up people's high. Just make a fucking game that is well executed, that is actually from beginning to end, it has a flow to it, and it's an idea that escapes my or many people's realities, whether it's grim or positive. Stop having our reality leak into the video game. We already live in a reality TV show. We don't need to have a reminder of that. We really don't.